Alright, hey everyone. It all started when I was 12. I knew that I wanted to create things, businesses. In year 7, everyone's still a kid, running around, climbing trees, playing sport, having what they call fun. But as you can imagine, if I'm playing rugby or football, I'd get damaged pretty quickly. But I found other ways to have fun. My eyes were open to the world pretty young, able to see the opportunities available and how I could capitalize off them or make something to grasp that opportunity. I discovered business and innovation. It was when I was 12, it was soon after that I really started getting into it, starting off my first company by importing a bunch of different earphones from Shenzhen in China and selling them off in an e-commerce store I opened up. This then evolved into a bunch of other random little projects every year after. Every few school holidays, I tried and often succeeded in creating new businesses. Thank you. One of the most notable being a key organizer, the Okie. As year 11s doing the Young Enterprise scheme, my mate David, who's over there, and I started off with $20 in our pockets. We bought the materials needed to make some prototypes, eventually crafting the perfect product. After steady sales, we wanted to scale up and make thousands of them. It was time to raise some cash. You may think it takes huge amounts of investment from venture capitalists and loans from banks or family, but we launched a campaign through Pledge Me, a Kiwi company that helps anyone fundraise for their project with the help of generous Kiwis and the odd person from Norway as well, who donate in return for some kind of reward. After a month of the campaign being live, it turned out that we'd raised a couple of grand, the perfect amount for us to start gaining some traction. Since then, we've found manufacturers and suppliers over here in Auckland and built relationships with them to help our business grow even more and run really smoothly. Holding positions within my school and community have made me a catalyst for this positivity in my peers. Now being the head boy at Northcote College, I've been able to become a mentor for some students that are taking part in the Young Enterprise scheme this year and help them through their year's business journey, to help them flourish into their passion for entrepreneurship and innovation as I did a few years ago. As well as that, I've also been able to consult with the Kaipatiki local youth board to see how they can integrate the entrepreneurial desires of youngsters in the community outside of school, maybe to alleviate the pressure or judgment that they may feel around other students. It may be a surprise, but I've never done any of these things for personal financial gain. I've done them for experience or for the betterment of others. I thrive off the motivation and success of those around me, whether it be students at school doing awesome things or teachers, or people like those around me today who are pioneers in the New Zealand innovation and startup space, and it's all just awesome. To create the perfect business is impossible. There will always be critiques and criticisms that people will make, but that should never stop you from creating what you believe in. It is important to bounce ideas off others, and at the end of the day, they're the ones that will be using what you've created, right? Whenever I think of developing something, there's a group I go to. There's a Youth for Youth organization called the Young Innovators Collective. I've banded together with them as they're an extremely positive bunch of like-minded people who love to get together and make stuff happen. Alongside with others in their core team, I've started a couple of projects with the YIC, one based around educating those in our community, and another as maintaining the high level of innovation all around businesses in New Zealand. First off, we've got the Lifeskills Forum, an event that takes shape in the form of a conference or gathering where youth, whether it be people that are just starting high school or graduates that have been maybe a few years out of university, and also people who are a few years younger or older than that as well. Through this, we strive to educate those with life skills, the things that aren't taught by teachers and sometimes by parents too, but so vital to the life we live each and every day. They're things that are often the most important. We hope to break down the forum into diverse workshops, as you could say, with one being around financial management, whether it be budgeting, paying or organizing rent, saving for a deposit on a house, managing insurance payments and bills, things that often don't even pass through a young person's mind while they're at school, right? The second part of the forum could be around having awareness of what goes on around you, whether it be political awareness or other current political, topical, general knowledge, to kind of build a backbone against the sort of apathy that we see in some of our generation. To make this appealing to people of our generation, we have kind of made this into a more interactive and interesting form factor, so that we hope to get people that are highly educated and experienced in those fields to come along and give us a hand. So I guess if any of you would be keen, let's have a chat after this for sure. The second thing that I'm developing at the moment is for companies big and small over Auckland, and possibly even further out domestically, called Youth Voice. Through this, we hope to lend a helping hand to businesses that may feel that they're falling behind in the ever-evolving world of digital technology and innovation. I'm sure you must have seen a business in the past month or so, seemingly stuck in the past, with an old website, or even if you've seen behind the scenes, and things that may need a bit of a shuffle up or an update. That's what we want to help them change, for the better. Conjoining these things together, I want to reinvigorate education in our local businesses and our community. And I'm sure a lot of you do too. So, let's get this thing moving. Thank you.